Well, how's it going? Hope everyone had a very happy Easter. I know I sure as shit did. Especially with what's been going on the past 2 days, apparently. Because boy, oh boy, do I have a fucking story to tell you all today. It's gonna be interesting, and I think you boys are gonna love it. Saturday, the Ear Juice Show premiered. Yes, that's literally what they're fucking calling it now. It's called the Ear Juice Show. Or, as I should say, or call it Australian Donkey Time. Because holy shit, was that show boring. It was not funny at all. I don't know whose bright idea was it to pair Ear Juice with 24 eyes, whatever the fuck his name is. But yeah, that fucking happened, and shocker, it was an absolute snore fest. And I wasn't the only one who agreed with that statement. For chat, good old chat, the audience, they too believed that it was an absolute boring train wreck. Now, how did Ear Juice handle this criticism, you may ask? Did he promise to do better? Did he promise that he was going to be more entertaining? Did he promise that he was going to put more effort into this brand new show of his? No, he didn't do any of those things. He did the complete and total fucking opposite. Because of course he did. He decided to completely ignore chat. And as a result of that, and aside from the fact that I was agreeing and sticking up for chat, and agreeing with them that the show was boring, I lost my wrench. So sad. And as a result, Stretch the Janny decided to sweep up all the big bully jerks. Our little stretchy boy, he's gonna grab his fucking broom and sweep all the mean people away by hiding them in the channel. If I didn't know any better, it sounds like Ear Juice and Stretch were hugboxing the ever-living shit out of that fucking chat. Pulling a Baked Alaska. Going down the same route, Baked Alaska, Ethan Ralph, Andy Worski, Donkasaw, Cog the Cook, and all these other ex-streamers and locals have gone. Oh, man. So after my wrench got taken away and a bunch of people started getting hidden and more or less booted out of the channel, I said, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm gonna go play some video games. Because why should I? Because let's be real here, video games, 10 out of 10, way better than watching some boring show from an Australian. Well, I went ahead and played some video games. And then the strangest thing happened. I got a notification on my phone. What happened next led me to being the end recipient of one of the greatest trolling ops of our time. It truly was an amazement to see. And I wish they were still around now, but you're going to find out why they're no longer around. Okay. So, I get a notification on my phone, okay? And this crazy person starts artistically screeching that I'm deleting his comments. And then once I ask him for proof that I'm deleting said comments, you ready for this? You ready for this? You ready for this? He proceeds to then delete the comments he had already posted on my latest video where we go over Skull Kids Crybaby Bitch Fest tweet thread, signs it to an alt account, it does the same thing again. And then once I call him out and I ask him to show me evidence that, I'm doing these things, he deletes his comment again. And he hasn't spoken since. Maybe the meth wore off. I don't know. But I do know one thing. It was a pretty epic trolling op. It wasn't gay at all. It wasn't gay and stupid at all. Man, price I pay Price I pay for making fun of the Ear Juice show. For calling it boring. An Australian talking time? Oh, man. Oof. And this would normally be where I would have to end it. I would say what I have to say. I would more or less wrap it up. Say that the Ear Juice show is more or less going to become the brand new Tonky Time. And it's not going to last long. I thought to myself, okay, after losing my wrench and watching a bunch of people getting hidden from the channel, no doubt myself included, and after the super duper Ear Juice simp decided to roll in and make a total ass of himself, I thought this is where the story would end, right? Normally it would. But it turns out there's more to this story. Because yesterday, Easter Sunday, the day our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ arose from his tomb after being nailed to the cross 3 days earlier, our boy Jesus decides, you know what? That was a good nap. I'm going to go visit Dad now. Bye, guys. So anyway, Skull Kid made his, well, I wouldn't want to say triumphant because that would require people to actually give a shit about Skull Kid, and very few people don't. If not at all. Anyway. So, Skull Kid makes a return, and he decides to let everyone where the hell his faggoty ass has been for the past week. Why him and Ear Juice had to get a divorce, and what's going to be going on for the crippled idiot going forward. Now, during the course of that stream, I finally got just a little bit more information as to what's been going on with the Ear Juice and the fucking Suit Yourself floor. Now, from what I was able to gather, it all revolves around some girl named Hypa. And from what I was able to piece together, this Hypa girl and Suit Yourself were in a relationship. Now, I'm not 100% sure if it's an E-relationship or... sorry. If it's an E-relationship or just a regular relationship. Maybe regular relationship, I don't know. I don't know what this fucking girl's voice sounds like, so I really couldn't say. So anyway, Hypa and the Suit Yourself get into this relationship. They eventually break up. And while that's going on, while that relationship's going on, Hypa's apparently hitting up other men. 5 in total. Getting all down and dirty with them. Once Suit Yourself decides to put on his epic gamer hat and decides he's going to put Veronica in her place, our boy Ear Juice dons the white knight armor and proceeds to defend Milady. Very hard, in fact. That kind of makes you wonder, just why exactly would Ear Juice be simping very, very hard for this woman, Hypa? You know, call me old-fashioned. But if I were to simp very, very, very hard for a woman, it would normally be because I have some sort of attraction to them. Be it a loving attraction or a sexual attraction. And why would Ear Juice want to start simping hard for this lady? Why would Ear Juice want to adorn the White Knight armor and defend the Hypa lady from the big, big, scary Suit Yourself? Well, I can only think of one possible reason. It's because that Ear Juice might just have the hots for this Hypa. That maybe, just maybe, Ear Juice just so happens to have been one of the 5 men Hypa was hitting up in DMs. But wait a second. Why would Ear Juice want to simp a White Knight hard for a girl he probably got some nudes from? Why would Ear Juice waste all this fucking time and effort white knighting the ever-living shit out of Hypa? At the end of the day, Hypa's just some internet girl, right? What has Ear Juice got to lose? if he doesn't white knight for Hypa? Who would actually be offended? Who would actually be fucking pissed off except for Suit Yourself that Earjuice is getting down and dirty with Hypa? But there is one person, and I just cannot seem to put my name on it. What's their name? Come on! Come on, Alistair, you can do this. Now, let's see. They got red hair, I think. They got red hair. Lives in the United States. Dead eggs. Obsesses about Amber Lynn. Some morbidly obese. Fat girl. Was a lesbian. Whose vagina exploded. Was constantly talking about buttholes. What's the name of this person who might have an issue with Earjuice and Hypa doing the nasty in Discord? Who is this person? Who is this person? Oh, wait, I know. Mandy Dean. Mandy Dean, Earjuice's current girlfriend. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby, this is why fucking Earjuice is sipping hard for fucking Hypa. You know, as I stated earlier, Mandy lives in the United States and Earjuice lives in fucking Australia. I can only assume Hypa lives in Australia, same place where Suit Yourself lives in. So Earjuice probably figured, okay, it's going to be a long, long time before I can get me some Mandy coochie. My ding-dong needs satisfying. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go hit up Hypa. Maybe we can get the ball rolling on that. Mandy don't want to put out. She don't want to come all the way to fucking Kangaroo Land to suck me off. Fuck that bitch. I'm going to hit up Hypa. So they get themselves involved in a little relationship of sorts. Where I have no doubt in my mind, Earjuice has shown Hypa his little ding-dong. Now that it turns out that fucking Hypa has not only been dating a couple of men, has also been dating Suit Yourself, who's now on the fucking warpath. Hypa probably went out to Juice and more or less said, you better fucking defend me from Suit Yourself, or I'm gonna tell your girlfriend Mandy Dean that you've been showing me your little didgeridoo in your pants. Okay, Earjuice, okay, buddy? So get to work, put on the White Knight armor, or I'm gonna tell Mandy all the times you sent me pictures of your little didgeridoo. Again, that's just my theory. That's just my theory. And I hope and pray to God that it comes true. That everything that I just said turns out to be 100% the truth. Because if it actually does come out that Earjuice whipped out his little didgeridoo to Hypa while he's dating Mandy Dean, can we call him a cuck then? I don't know. Maybe I know one thing. If it actually turned out to be the case, that shit that happened with fucking Kong and Drama Queen, that's gonna be nothing. That's gonna be fucking child's play. I hope it turns out to be the case. That's gonna be funny as fuck. Anyway, now I'm gonna go ahead and take off the tinfoil hat. We're gonna move on to the Skull Kid stream, where Skull Kid drops a little bits of lore. Now, Skull Kid decides he's gonna start talking about Earjuice and how emotionally manipulative he is. How Earjuice really, really, really wants Skull Kid to stay on the fucking show. Because if Skull Kid, the crippled crybaby, decides to leave the show, it's all over. He-Jazz is done. Earjuice is never gonna do a fucking show again. Until 24 Eyes messages him back, then yeah, we're gonna get a fucking show going. Let's go, baby. But poor little Skull Kid. You just can't have Skull Kid leave. I mean, it will probably do him way better if Skull Kid does fucking leave, but hey. What I know. Well, and I know. Aside from the fact that Skull Kid decided to cry hysterically about how much of a massive, giant, big bully jerk Stretch the Janny is, and how much of a manipulative bogan Earjuice is, Skull Kid wasn't done. There was yet one other big bully jerk that had to get mentioned. I think you know where this is going. And the lead up to why Skull Kid has just had about enough of the big scary penguin man. That was a sight to see. That was worth listening to. That was worth dropping everything just so I can watch this fucking stream. Okay, well, I was gonna watch the stream anyway, but anyway. So, Skull Kid starts talking about, all these random people telling me that I'm not worth it. Tell me that I'm boring, I'm gay, I need to kill myself, I need to leave. Especially one person. Especially a certain penguin boy. When he said those words, a certain penguin boy, I knew deep down he was about to go off on me. Oh, and I haven't been happy in a long, long time. But the minute I heard that emo, crippled beta bitch say, especially a certain penguin boy, especially with the tone of his voice, I know this was going to be good. And it was good. Because you will never guess what fucking Skull said. Skull detailed to the fucking chat what can arguably be described as my greatest trolling op to date. In an attempt to epically own Skull Kid, I was gonna... Okay, well, Skull Kid thinks that the whole fundamental reason I want to bully him is so that I can impress his ex-girlfriend Cable TV and get in her bands and subsequently fuck over Skull. I'm not joking. Please stop laughing. This is serious. I, Alistair Mycroft, am going to get into the pants of Cable, a mid to late 20s, early 30s at best woman, who lives in Canada, and who has also have been diagnosed and is currently being treated for a rare form of cancer. A cancer that is so fucked up that it had to fucking cause the removal of her tongue. That they go die by doing that the dog like this, you know? Yeah, so I, Alistair Mycroft, am gonna hook up with a mid-late 20s, early 30s Canadian girl with a rare form of cancer, just so I can fuck over Skull Kid, even though Skull Kid is currently dating some diabetic 40-year-old gothic girl by the name of Wicked Moon, who's a part of the fucking Cyrax community. I'm such a big goddamn trolling master. Oh, fucking beautiful. And of course, Cog the Cuck, he couldn't sit out on this. What does our boy Coggy do? Well, he decides that the best way to celebrate 5 years of being on YouTube, our boy Cog, he's gonna dedicate 6 hours of everyone's fucking life to do a live stream where he takes a massive shit on fucking ear juice. I'm not joking. I watched that stream. I literally wanted to die. Because of how fucking cringy and how fucking retarded it was. So anyway, that's where we're gonna have to end our little tale. I guess now that it looks like war's gonna happen, what side am I gonna go on? Well, I can forget about going on Earjuice's side, given the events that have recently happened. I ain't gonna team up with Cog the Cuck, I can tell you that. As for the Suit Yourself, will I team up with Suit Yourself? So I can watch Earjuice, Stretch, and Skull Kid burn for my own amusement? Maybe. I don't know. But I think I'm gonna go on my own team. I'm gonna create my own side, where I get to bully Earjuice, the emotionally manipulative super simp, and Stretch, the eternal Janny, and Skull Kid, the crybaby cripple faggot. Or maybe I'll just get bored and find some other retard to bully. I don't know. But I do know one thing. The next couple of days leading up to the next episode of the Earjuice show are going to be interesting. It kind of makes you wonder just what the topic of the next Earjuice stream is going to be. Will it involve me, Alistair Mycroft, going rogue? Betraying the He-Jazz cult? Will Earjuice make a stream on COG for the 87th time? Will he do one on Suit Yourself? Or will all three of us get mentioned on the same stream? I don't know. I just don't know. But there's only one way to find out. So we're gonna have to wait till fucking this Saturday, the day after my birthday, no less, to figure out what's gonna happen next. But until then, I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful Easter, as I have. And I hope the rest of this week, leading up to the Earjuice show, is as good for you as it will no doubt be good for me.